Golem and Mal went on a mission by joining Bakago and the rest of the gang on an attack raid mission to collect necessary food. Bakago says, "Now men, be ready for this won't be a pretty mission. Be ready to sacrifice so the rest of us will see next week." Then Bakago led them out to the street of the subsidy, which was filthy and dim. They found a dead body from the ground. Bakago says he must be playing dead and stabs him in the head, but he was indeed dead. A man says he was in one of the other gangs. I've seen him around a couple of times. Then Mal found a knife and a piece of bread from the pocket of the body, but Bakago ate it while keeping eye contact with everyone, dominating. Then he led them to the rival gang's base. Through the window, they could see that the room was empty. One man broke the lock and they entered it. Bakago asked, "Nani? Where are they?" To their surprise, the apartment was mostly empty, with only one snore coming from behind a door. Mal went in slowly and tied up the man inside. He had "Don't fall asleep while on watch" written on the wall. Bakago laughs at him and says, "You'll be coming with us, but unlucky for your friends, they won't have any food." Mal monologued, "Okay, yeah, this feels bad. Gotta follow through for now, though." Then Bakago's men found food from the storage and packed, while Mal found an electric gun, which shouldn't be found in the subsidy, yet these men have gotten their hands on it. Then voices started to approach the door as the rest of the rival gang returned home. Bakago asked, "Nani? They are back?" Bakago hid in the storage room and pretended to pass out unconscious. Meanwhile, the men entered their apartment and a fight broke out. Mal shot the leader Sakamoto dead with her electric gun, while the men fought close range. Two men were seeing fist fighting, which turned into making out. Mal shot another shot at the section of the crowd with the enemies, making them fall down unconscious, while the rest knocked the final man out. Bakago woke up and came out the storage while saying, "Good job, man. I had another seizure." He then stabbed all the unconscious men dead, except the leader Sakamoto, which he intended to take home as a hostage. The two men dying on the floor say, "We met too late. We never had our yaoi arc complete." The other says, "In another life, brother, in another life. I will find you." And they die at the same second. Mal said, "No Yuri either. What the fuck? This city is evil." They then returned to their apartment, locking Sakamoto in the closet. Mal, however, felt uneased with her gang and Bakago, questioning her loyalty. Then rest of the day, they played Scribble and celebrated their high scores, as Mal and Rebek have been consistently bringing good scores home. TG Mid said, "Yo, can you be like 100% honest here? Who'd you vote for?" Space Wolf said, "I voted Fong." TG Mid said, "You did?" Space Wolf said, "Yes, I voted Fong. Why did you think it was me? Did you vote me?" Space Wolf asked, "You are not plotting against me, are you?" Lin said, "I swear on Sahar I am not. Here's what TG is trying to do. He's trying to get all the Quarter Kingdom members to the top. He always does this ever since he started playing." Space Wolf said, "Well, I never got a chance with Quarter and fair enough, but I'd like to make it to the top." Lin said, "I'll take you there. I'll do everything in my power too." Space Wolf asked, "Who you voting for?" Lin said, "I guess we gotta go for TG again." Space Wolf said, "Yeah, I agree, or we will be picked off." TG Mid said, "Can I be honest with you for a second?" Win said, "Sure, why would I ally with Space Wolf? Lin makes much more sense." TG Mid said, "I know, that's why I'm approaching to ally with you. I don't trust Lin right now, and Space Wolf is another kin of worms." Win said, "Alright, yeah? Could you win a tiebreaker against either of them?" TG Mid said, "Maybe, probably. Next time we have to vote, go with Space Wolf." TG Mid said, "I'm so gonna get voted out at this point, but I have a plan. I believe that Space Wolf and Lean are teaming, either that or it's Why Not and Lean. Either way, I plan on trying to take Why Not as far as I can. If Lean is betraying our Quarter Kingdom code, let's play at his own game." Then TG Mid and Space Wolf ended up in a tie in the voting, which they will have to solve with a match of Scribble. Lean and Space Wolf had voted TG Mid. Then, Win and TG Mid had voted Space Wolf. TG Mid lost the match, meaning he got eliminated. TG Mid died of a heart attack, suspected to be another heart attack death related to Yamamoto's cocaine. During the night, Quarter, a special agent sent by the United Nations to assist the NPC characters in the apartment in assassinating President Yamamoto of Japan, came to the apartment suddenly. Oramoto says, "Nani?" Quarter said, "Steady now. I hear you're planning on taking out Yamamoto, and it looks like you might need some help." The light finally reaches my face. I look exactly like Joseph Joestar, specifically in Part 3. Rebelico sounds worried and starts to speak their self-made language to her roommates. Oramoto looks shocked and asks Pale, "Nani? How do you know of this?" Quarter said, "You can call me Quarter, or Old Man. I've been around the block long enough to earn that title, and here that's a rarity." Nerdichiro bows down and goes on his knees to show respect. Oramoto asks, "Why did you come here? How did you get a gun?" Oramoto appears challenged. Just moments ago, he was the one with the most aura. Quarter said, "I'm a special agent sent in by the United Nations. Yamamoto's not been cooperative with the rest of the world, and they've sent me to see if I can figure out how to fix that little problem." Oramoto looks intimidated, but says, "Very well. I promised my father I would complete the mission, and if it is you we need, an American friend, then so be it. Yamamoto needs to fall." Quarter said, "Turns out, YOLO's intelligence network isn't near as expensive as the UN's. We figured out who you are and what you're planning on doing within a couple weeks, give or take. Also, Nerdichiro, you don't have to keep bowing." Nerdichiro gets up and says, "I am sorry, sir." Rebelico said, "We have someone from inside who should be able to help us." Quarter said, "Rebelico, you mentioned your insider. Infiltrasima, right?" Rebelico says, "Yes, a great man." Quarter said, "Yes, great in stature, not so great in subtlety. We've given him a couple days until he's found out as a traitor, and then, well." Oramoto paces around the apartment and says, "It cannot fail. I promised my father I would be the best, and only the best. Failing is not the best." Quarter said, "Basically, we need to work soon. I've been ordered to try to help your current plan and to make my involvement seem as disconnected from the UN as possible." Oramoto said, "I agree. We thank you for your help in this matter. We will form a plan that works for everyone, or if you have planned something, we will listen." Nerdichiro went to his room and monologued, "Oh man, Rebelico never answers to my love. I thought we were two assassins that were meant to be lovers, but she doesn't accept my heart and my aura." Then Quarter joined Oramoto in the aura farming room to aura farm and meditate. They played off of each other's force, while Quarter utilized his secret UN techniques to reshape his aura and to make it resemble Oramoto's aura, reading his mind. He heard his Japanese flood his mind, and they sank deeper into it together, while every object around them that had enough aura moved 1 inch to 1 feet away from him. Quarter came out of the state and went to lay on the living room ground, ready for what comes next. There were no alliance talks today, as the tribe didn't need to vote anyone out today. However, the Scribble matches of today revealed that Tribe Femboy Nation would have to go vote on day 5.